All right, I got a question that I think I've answered before. I'm going to go ahead and answer again, though. Rob, don't want to distract, but I want to talk to you about how you organize your day or week. Admire how passionate you are and would love to learn more. Okay, so the first things first, I am not a pro at this. I'm just old. Okay. I'm just old and I've learned a lot of lessons the hard way, and anybody that's been in my channel for a decent amount of time knows how much I fail at organizing my time and stuff. But I do want to talk about the ways that I feel like I have succeeded in the past and in the presently, and lessons I've learned the hard way, and some of them I was kind of right on, some things I was wrong on. So the first thing I was right on is a schedule. You really do need a schedule. My wife would argue that you don't need one. She and I are. That's another thing. Learning about how your brain works and how you work. I think there's pretty good science at this point that routine and schedule is by far the most effective way to achieve what you want. And and I've been active in triathlon and endurance sports for a long time. And one of the main things, any kind of training regimen is that you've got to stick to a routine. So I recently wrote a lot about this in my Zellcast, and after I attempted, hi, I'm making a video, but I'm talking. My wife's going to walk the dog. She wanted to invite me. Yeah, she always comes in like right when I'm making a video. It's like I literally was out there trying to talk to her for the last 10 minutes, and she's like, "I can't talk." So that's another thing: making time for the things that are important, right? Don't. She's making coffee now, and I was just making coffee. I was like, "Hey, we should have coffee," and then now she's off the phone. Maybe that I'm just gonna leave that in the video. Coffee is included in the thing. So routine and schedule. That's going to help. If you're an athlete of any kind, no edits. I know. If you're an athlete of any kind, then you absolutely know that you just have to do it. You start your fitness journey. Yeah, routine is the way to go. And routine is whether the routine is going to help you with fitness, routine is going to help you achieve your goals. Period. And since I stopped thinking that I could live on, I thought that by employing some form of regimented routine while on the road on my bike, trying to work while also on the road, that I could win. I was wrong. I was wrong. You can't. There's just too much distraction, and that was too much blowing away the routine. My health went down. My finances went down. My safety went down. I caught COVID. And I had a lot of adventurous fun and everything, but and my I forgot a lot of things. I wasn't able to do other things that I wanted to do, and when I came home and I settled down, I got back to my routine again, which is some of you will notice. I got my schedule on the board here, and I started. Most importantly, I started doing yoga. So I really, really strongly believe that you need to have something that causes your heart rate to rise and to get that dopamine and endorphin going for at least an hour to half an hour to an hour a day, every day. And it should be at a regular time. I cannot swear, I cannot tell you more how that is the thing. There's a saying in yoga, and all is coming. And I really believe it. Um, I particularly like yoga because I have a hard time calming my mind down and staying healthy and keeping muscle mass at my age and everything. And yoga checks all those boxes. So that's a part of it, right? Discipline is greater than motivation. It is. And I mean, everybody from Mr. Navy SEAL, what's his name? They're all going to agree on that, right? So discipline is important for motivation. Now, to be fair, you should also kind of balance that with kindness. You need to be kind to yourself and to your family and those around you. I have been when I was a triathlete, I was so disciplined and so regimented that if something got in the way of my training, I was a grumpy asshole, and I'm not proud of that. It's not a lot of times I was overtrained. Right, I had done too much training because I had to stick with the schedule. I stay with discipline. And I wasn't listening to my body. And it wasn't until I started doing yoga as a replacement for religion, frankly. And after I got left the Mormon Church, the Mormons taught me a lot about being a regimented person. I was a missionary. I was actually a missionary instructor for 2 years. I lived with the missionaries in the residence hall, so I have a lot of background in. Hey, thank you for that. I have a lot of background in regimented,
ManuPro
living, even though I
1410
wasn't ever
is
in the
now
military.
following.
A lot, it's funny because I do find a lot of people in the military, particularly in IT, do really well, and I think it's one of the same. This is for the same reason. I think a lot of them will learn discipline, And the military is a great place to learn tech, honestly, depending if you can get out alive, right? Um, and we talk about the Mormon thing later. I was 42. It was a long deal. Um, Messages are a tad loud. All right, I'll turn them down. There you go. I don't know how low that is, but it's lower. Um, so so that's it. The regimen, discipline, routine. But when you add these things, so anybody who's been watching me for any amount of time will see me make a really filled schedule. Bellum's probably laughing right now, but they'll see me make a really filled schedule, like down to I'm going to have a map at this time, I'm going to drink coffee at this time, whatever. Literally, I'm going to take a poop right here, and then I'll like do it for a week, and I'll be like, oh my god, there's no way I can do this. This is driving me crazy. I feel like I'm a prisoner to my own routine. And then I'm like, okay, this whole schedule is going out. And anybody who knows me knows that I'm that way. My wife would tell me, she'd be laughing. My wife would be like, oh yeah, so like I'm all or nothing. I'm like black or white. I'm very dichotomous. Some would say I might even be manic depressive at some point. Actually, I think I might actually be. Bottom line, that a certain amount of balance in your routine, and it's another reason I love yoga, because especially Ashtanga. Ashtanga is like you're going to do this routine on your own every day, and you're going to vary it, as you will and stuff. So even Ashtanga, I have decided, no, I don't want to do that. That's not good for my body, and particularly my neck. So I'm going to do this other thing, and I'm going to put it in there because Iyengar said I could. And so the takeaway is schedule, routine, and creating habits, and sweating, getting dopamine in your system, getting the oxygen in your system. All of those things will help the rest to happen, and that includes scheduled learning times. Every Friday afternoon is my scheduled learning time based on my company. My company gives us that time for free to learn on whatever we want, and yeah, but I'm 0 100% a lot of times, and I don't so making times for relationships with others. But I can't overemphasize how important your physical health is. As I age, I've noticed that how much I took for granted my physical health, and how much it impacted my brain. Um, I at my age, I regular because I don't produce as much growth hormone and testosterone and all that jazz. I'm not on any kind of T therapy or anything. I regularly take a 20-30 minute nap, particularly in the afternoon. Sometimes I'll take two of them, and I'll take a nap, and I'll wake up, and then I'll do a coffee nap. You guys know about this? I'll either have coffee right after that. Is it 23? No, if it's 34, if it's over 30 minutes, then you get groggy. For me, if it's under 20 minutes, it's not enough. And everybody's different. You all have that amount of sleep that you can do before you start to enter REM state. You wake up in REM state, you're a mess. So naps is a thing that I do, and I've been doing this my whole life, whether I wanted to or not. When I was a kid, I used to fall asleep on my head on the, drooling all over the desk in my biology class. I'd wake up all refreshed and ready for, I don't know, driver's ed. So I think learning to manage your sleep and stuff is important. Do I have sometimes? No, I don't. Like if I'm feeling really sleepy, I will just lay down, and I'll take like a 20-minute nap, and I'll either wake up and get coffee, or sometimes I'll have coffee before I take a nap. It's a coffee nap thing. Sometimes I take a nap, and I end up crossing over into REM state, and I sleep for 3 hours. I'm a remote employee, so as long as I make up the time and I didn't miss a meeting, that's fine. And not everybody has that flexibility. It's one of the reasons that working from home to me is worth at least 30 to 50 grand. And I will never go back to work. Hell no. I've been working remote since 1994. 5, 6, 7. I'm trying to remember when. The bottom line is I mean, some people can't do that, some people can. I also have learned this is a big thing in terms of efficiency and performance. I've learned when to do things that are important. So like you saw my wife come in, right? I get a lot of highly focused work done either in the late night times or in the early morning when nobody's here. And I've just learned, I know when those times are that I'm not going to be distracted, right? And another thing too that doesn't really do well for my proficiency, but it certainly does for my motivation, and that's doing this streaming. And I think I'm probably going to end on this. Power naps, yeah, it's got to be slow. I My personality type derives a lot of energy from interaction with others. It's just my personality type. My wife she'll say it even more than I will. She's like, you thrive off of interaction with others. It's like your power source. If you don't have interaction, I can get focused. I can get focused in code, but having an audience, I'm very sad to say, motivates me. It motivates me. It keeps me going. It fills me full of whatever it is that keeps me motivated. Not everybody's like that. So maybe the takeaway from that is to know what it is that helps you. So to give you a specific example, there's another great Twitch streamer, B7. Maybe if somebody wants to shout out B7. B7 2 years ago, I think it was, started streaming, and if I remember how he said it right, he's like, Rob, kind of encouraged him to do it. And I told him, I said, look, we actually need more beginners streaming who are just learning things. He is awesome, and he's grown as a streamer. I mean, he's got all kinds of things. He's got a community in there. Not everybody's a streamer, but those of you who are learning, who get your power off of that, who get that vibe really helps you. He's amazing. And, but early on, he would say, I was listening to Rob and he told me I should stream even if I'm a beginner. I was like, no, I don't want to. I'm like, no, we need more beginners. We need beginners to stream because those are the people that are relatable. Those are the people. The reason I'm not afraid of making really crazy noob mistakes, even though I'm a senior, is because that's what people want to see. They want to see how you're a real person. I just watched a whole documentary about the downfall of Shock Jock. What's his name? And how he's been replaced by Joe Rogan, and as the everyman. Podcaster. Joe Rogan replaced what's the other guy's name? See, my brain is not working. Where's my coffee? But the point is that people want relatable people. They want to watch people who are okay. Streaming takes energy. Okay, and if Howard Stern, yeah. So, but the point is he was relatable and he makes mistakes and he's vulnerable and all of that stuff, right? And when I first started streaming, I was just doing, the hoodie thing, and I was worried about. Now I'm like, fixing my zits and like talking about my teeth on stream. I've come full circle. Streaming's not for everybody, as Kolkus will tell you. There are some people to take energy of it. There's some people who it saps their energy so much they can't do it. It takes way too much energy for them to do it. I did stop streaming for a while because it does take energy, and I do get distracted. In a way that I enjoy, and that's why I get distracted. Mark, here comes Mark. Here comes Mark. Here comes Mark to keep it real. So, for me, routine, schedule, good health, relationships, and finding those times when it's quiet and finding out what motivates you. Taking breaks and taking naps. Pretty basic stuff. I don't think you need like a degree in, performance. I will say this. I do time box a little bit, but I don't time box. I got rid of the Poma thing because it was just stressing me out. I time box, but it's more of a regular thing. Oh God. Use them as your daily thing as you were just getting rid of that. Nice. How do I decide when to do what and for how long? Honest to God, that depends on my brain. I bike, yeah. I haven't biked in 2 weeks. No, I've just been but I'm getting way healthier. Yeah, my muscle mass is like way higher. Yeah, so I am not regretting it at all. Yeah, this is Mark. Mark's here for the biking and I don't do it anymore. I do it. I just don't do it as much. It's in the calendar. I talked about it. On November 3rd, I'm going to go back to biking more regularly. I need to move. I'm moving and things. So how do I decide when to do what? I do whatever I feel like doing, so that I can just do it. And sometimes like there's been several times when I've had a really big chronic attack of inflammation, really inflamed, really not chronic, acute attack. And I can't think. My brain doesn't work, and taking a nap ain't going to fix it. when those kind of times happen, I'll usually default over to, doing whatever I need to kind of restore my energy, my health, and stuff. Sometimes I'll watch a movie or something in the middle of the day, just to kind of get my brain back on going on. And then, but inevitably, my personality type, inevitably, there will be a time when I can really, really grind hard, and come back. In Mexican restaurants. Oh, that was fun. That was fun. We should do more of that, Mark. We do need our mixed meetup. All you guys are in North Carolina too. You're on YouTube, by the way. Say hi to YouTube. All right. So, honestly, everybody's different. Don't let the biggest thing is don't let anybody tell you what to do. You're the only one who knows you. You're the only one who knows your body. You're the only one who knows what motivates you. Just kind of think about what those things are, and maybe consider something like yoga. I mean, yoga or meditation or reflection, those are opportunities. Journal writing, those are all opportunities for you to discover the things about yourself, and put it down on paper that nobody can tell you. And the more in tune, know thyself, the more in tune you are with who you are. And if there's one thing that age does give you, it's that. It gives you knowledge about what you can do, what you can't do, what you can eat, what you can't eat, what motivates you, who you need to be around, all of those things. And the wiser you can get, the younger, the better, because then you can make those decisions earlier in life, and you can act on them and be aware of it, and just kind of accept who you are. And those are very, very, touchy feely kind of deep thoughts with Jack Handy kind of ideas, but it's true. It's true. You've got to figure out who you are. And the only way you can do that is, be still, and to look inside, and to go for a walk, or to, listen to that really close friend or family member who gives it to you straight. And once you figure out who you are, then the efficiencies will come. The things like that you just naturally, the more I feel in tune with myself, and right now I feel really in tune with myself, because honest to God, because I've been doing yoga every day. Yoga has given me an opportunity. Yoga is designed to do this. Yoga is one of the unique activities that is specifically designed to unlock you. It unlocks you. It unlocks you physically. It unlocks you mentally. It unblocks things, emotions that you've had that are holding you back. It gives you new ideas. After I've done yoga and I'm in the shower or the restroom, I'm flooded with ideas for things that I, because they always say when you're not thinking about it directly, right? It's that secondary thing. And these ideas come to me that when I was Mormon, I would have said that I was getting prompted by the Holy Ghost for things. I don't believe that's true. I think they're still just calling it by a different name, but I get direct inspiration, when after a yoga session, or after a biking session, or while I'm biking. I do believe there's something related to the oxygen and the dopamine and all of that that's gonna unlock ideas, and those ideas, some of those are gonna make you more efficient. Stuart Smalley, yes, did I say Jack Handy? It's a different person. Stuart Smalley, yeah, got it wrong. Thank you for that. So anyway, I mean, that's a much longer video than I wanted to make, and I'm gonna go ahead and push stop on that video right now.